You've tuned in to the Top 10 Garden Show with garden expert Ken Lane. Join the conversation daily as he answers timely garden questions. Email Ken a question directly from your phone to his desktop through the web at watersgardencenter.com. That's Waters with 2 T's, gardencenter.com. Or visit face-to-face throughout the week where he can be found at Waters Garden Center in Prescott. Now welcome your host, Ken Lane.
So we've had this transition going on here at Waters Garden Center. We call it our Monster Monsoon Sale. We're clearing out the spring and summer things, and new arrivals of the fall and winter things are showing up. And some of the brightest perennials of the entire year arrive now. And so we just cleared out all that summer stuff is out of here, and we refilled the entire greenhouse with fall mums, fall Crocosmia, fall autumn Joy Sedum. I mean, just the name, Autumn Joy Sedum. I mean, come on, that's just a great name. It's one of the biggest of the sedum families or succulents. And so it's kind of like a cactus, only without the thorns. So kind of soft, grows about knee high. Then it's covered right now with these pink flowers. Well, this time of year, we've had that variety that your grandparents grew for decades. It's an old-fashioned plant, but there's new varieties coming out. And so we've gotten a new variety with purple foliage and a red flower. We've got purple foliage with a pink flower. It's just all kinds of variety. They're all autumn Joy Sedums, but there's a whole collection because this is when they look their best. This is when you want to plant them. And so you've got some great runway here for some of the showiest flowers of the entire season are now through October. Some of the best flowers. In fact, I'm pruning back, deadheading my roses because I know that last flush is the brightest. It's the showiest. I'm cutting back the old flowers, fertilizing, and it'll be in color through October and actually into November frequently. My roses are just beautiful. They're just stunning. So you get plenty of time to plant. And some of your best, brightest flowers are now. This is when they show up. I mentioned Crocosmia. This is a bulb, gets about not hip high, maybe above knee high, some call it 3 feet. Bright yellows, bright orange, intense fiery reds. You only find this plant now. This is when it goes into bloom. So it needs the heat, takes off with growth, and it is covered with flowers right now. And so we just had maybe 100 of them show up at the garden center. They are striking. When you see in a container, they're beautiful. In the yard, in a raised bed, wherever you want them. They're just a perennial that comes back year after year. You can count on them this time of year through really the end of autumn. They're going to have this intense color. And then, of course, the number one most sought after or planted or recognized, drum roll please, is mums, garden mums. Now, chrysanthemums or mums, there are different varieties of them. And so you really do want to, if you're a gardener, stay away from those house kind of greenhouse grown mums that you'll find at the florist or grocery store. They are not going to transfer out into the yard and grow for you for years to come. They're made for indoors. You can have your cake and eat it too in the mountains of Arizona. You can have a garden mum that virtually looks the same as a greenhouse grown mum, but they're grown outdoors. So they're used to the water and the sun and the wind, and they're used to growing out there. That's the mums you want. You can bring it indoors and enjoy it for a while and plant it outdoors, or I've got some by the front door, the back decks, just accessorize with them. And then when you're done, you can go put them in the yard, out in the gardens, or just plant them right in the gardens. Garden mums are different varieties. We got this huge basket. It's like a 14, 16-inch basket. They're the biggest mums we've ever grown. And we had some fun with it. We've got straight yellows, straight orange, rust colors, reds, but we also created some multicolored big baskets. And so part of it's yellow, part of it's red, part of it's white, part of it's got 3 to 4 different colors. They're just striking, and they're perfectly, they're just the way you want to take them home. We call that bud and bloom. Bud and bloom, mainly buds. So you can see the flowers. They haven't quite opened, or they're just starting to open. So when you take that thing home, it's going to open while in your garden. So you get maximum flush. You get the most enjoyment out of that mum that you could possibly have. So this is time. So buy them like as soon as you can. Get them so you get the most enjoyment out of them. Why have those flowers at the garden center? You can buy one now, take it home, and just watch it grow in your own gardens or your own patios or entrance. Just fall is for decorating. It's the plants are so bright, so colorful. You almost don't have to plant them. They're like living bouquets. You just take them and put them by that front patio table or by this outdoor sofa, just kind of as an accessory. They're just striking, and all the fall colors here. We had some new varieties of echinaceas. Now, echinaceas they're a wildflower, but the wild one's purple. Okay, that's pretty, that's fine, but why not have red and yellow and white? I mean, solar yellow. We're talking it glows in the dark virtually. So the brightest flowers show up now through autumn, and this is when you really do want to put them in the ground. And so we've got a lot more in store for you. We got Lisa Watersland coming in with her segment right after this. Let's see what we can learn, but we've got to take a break to pay for the show. Be right back.
Waters garden companion plants for September are pampas grass, honeysuckle, raywood ash, and lacy blue Russian sage.
Lacy blue Russian sage is a Waters preferred perennial for its compact form that doesn't flop over in the landscape like others.
The spiky blue flowers bloom summer through fall with aromatic foliage detestable to all animals.
Simply stunning at the edge of dry stream beds mixed with wildflowers.
Shop in-store or online at watersgardencenter.com.
The Top 10 Gardener, your source for timely garden advice seasonally correct for the garden. Guaranteed to make a difference in your yard this season.